Hey guys, how's it going? Just a little update about what's going on here. As you can see, things are very low key. I look exactly the way I looked when I woke up this morning. It's now lunch. I'm eating spaghetti, and I probably have spaghetti on my lips, possibly meat sauce in my teeth. I'm here just to quickly perhaps vent about how the editing process is going in my new Skillshare class. So long story short, I recorded my next Skillshare class last week, got all the raw footage and everything, and things went really smoothly, really well. But once I got into editing, I realized just how much of a mountain I have to climb. And again, trying to keep this short. I'm doing it all in Premiere Pro. I'm doing my best to make this as good of quality as I can on my own. Now, my last class, Sweet Spots, was professionally produced and shot. All I had to do was focus on the writing and the teaching, and then some direction afterward in terms of what to cut and what music I liked and stuff like that. But my video team at Cassiar really knocked it out of the park and let me focus on what I do, which is illustrating. I didn't have to go into doing video editing and all that kind of thing. So I have this really high bar kind of towering above me, and I'm going into this next class production with that in mind. And everything I'm doing is falling short. Everything that I'm trying to do that's going to be better than my last indie produced video, which was Odd Bodies, by the way. It's going to be so much better. And of course, there will be things that I've improved on, like in Odd Bodies. I have that camera focus issue, if you've ever seen that class. There's lots of stuff that needed to be better in that class. And of course, I feel like I got better at a lot of that. But because I now know a few more things, I have a bit more advanced equipment, it's adding actually more complexity to the process. And it means that I'm spending more time in editing, trying to work with those settings. This is hard to describe, but one example is just in terms of setting all the manual settings on the camera instead of using all the automatic settings, so I can have more control, more consistent color. Setting all these manual settings, color temperature, white balance, and stuff like that on the camera means I have to work with that more specifically and manually in Premiere Pro. And using Premiere Pro versus iMovie, there's less automation and more you're on your own, you're in the big leagues now kind of thing. In Premiere Pro, there's less hand holding in the app, and I have to know how to do all these settings on my own. It's just a lot more sophisticated and complex. And I'm constantly going to YouTube and doing tutorials. So that's adding to the time it's taking to do the editing. I have super high respect for anyone who does video editing now. So that's the wall I'm encountering, the wall I'm hitting right now. And I'm feeling discouraged. And I'm wondering if, because of the quality of my production not being as good as I want it to be, it won't actually even be worth all the time I'm putting into it, and that the class will just flop. And that's part of it. Another part of it is just I'm doubting the presentation of my actual content. I really believe in the content of what I'm teaching, and the class, real short, is about drawing for illustration. I call it drawing toward illustration, where I talk about the different ways of approaching drawing when you're thinking about illustration as your end goal and not just a drawing in and of itself. And so, without getting too much into the actual content, what I believe is the value of this class is showing people how to match their drawing style, like the way they draw, with the way they want to illustrate. And I think that's a huge thing, is like people feel like they can draw, but then when they try and bring it into an illustration, they really struggle. And so I try to get at that pain point among others. And I really feel like this will be game changing if I can teach it right. It will be game changing for people who struggle to make how they draw work with how they want to illustrate. I want to bring that to people and help improve their process. And that's what this class is all about. And I'm really excited about the content. Even just talking about it gives me a smile on my face as I'm able to even articulate what the class is about. It took me so long just to get there. I'm struggling just in the editing part. So that's where I'm at right now. I just thought I'd update you guys and let you know I haven't disappeared totally, and I'm really eager to get this class on Skillshare So any illustrator who struggles drawing maybe I can help them with that. But anyway, as it stands right now, it's July 2nd and I'm not getting a lot of sleep and I'm really in the messy middle, doubting my abilities, doubting my content to some degree, doubting how I'm delivering it, doubting that other people will appreciate it and benefit from it. I'm anxious and fearful that people will reject it. I'm anxious and fearful that people will not get the class, like it will go over people's heads because I'm trying too hard to teach something that maybe is too specific or something like that. So lots of negative feelings like that. And while I wouldn't wish this on myself or anyone else, as I'm experiencing it, I'm thankful for it because it reminds me of learning to be an illustrator, and it puts me back in a student mindset, which is actually important for teachers to remember. It's like parenting. When you are trying to be a good parent, one of the most important things to do is to remember what it was like to be a kid. This is also important right now as a teacher, because I'm not just here on a soapbox teaching from on high. I don't want to be a guru who has got it all figured out. And I also, of course, need to remember what it's like to just not know anything and feel constantly frustrated, like learning a new language and you want to talk fluently in that language, but you just can't yet. And I feel very fluent in illustration. I don't feel very fluent in video editing. And I know a lot of you guys and a lot of students of mine, of course, want to be more fluent in illustrating than they are now. And so now I have that. This is a raw moment for me of kind of empathy. And so hopefully I can make the most of that. That's what this video is, I guess, about. So, okay guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.